So I'm hoping, been itching to get this starter replaced and see if this thing will run. See if it's as simple as just a starter issue. Was gonna tear this one apart, but work's just been a little hectic, and just decided to go ahead and order the gear reduction starter. It's fairly reasonably priced, so we'll go over there and show you that one. We'll get be working around this loader attachment, so that's a little trickier, but we'll get the cables, the wires unhooked, and then there should be 3, it looks like, bolts to hold the starter to the bell housing. And we'll get that old one pulled off, and then get this new one started. Some yard work to do before winter, before the snow falls. I think we're getting into winter. This is the gear reduction starter that we got. With your solenoid and everything. We'll see. Interested in the part number. Alright, let me get camera set up and parts, our tools, get started. All right, so there's the original Belarus starter. I ended up taking the solenoid off, just made it easier to get to that back bolt. And here's the new one, gear reduction. Quite a bit smaller, quite a bit less weight, but let's see if she holds up. I'll show you the tractor without the starter on. It was tight clearing it from the back of the alternator, but if you just twist it and work it down, there's just barely enough room, so you can get it out there without having to mess with the alternator. Let me get the new one over here, see if we can start putting it together. Okay, we got a little problem here. We need, looks like my cable, starter cable, is smaller than the post. So I'm gonna try to use one of my step bits, drill this cable out a little bit more so we can get that on there. All right, so it cranks over. So starter's working now. I got a loose wire and a broken battery clamp up there, so I gotta hold it with one hand, get it turn over. Glow plug light works. It seems to start to warm up, but just doesn't fire off. Almost sounds like it wants to, but I don't know if it's getting fuel or if the fuel's probably not doing good. But so while I let the starter rest, I don't want to burn up the starter. I can't check the fuel without raising the hood. To raise the hood, I gotta take this cross member off. So I'll just take that bolt off and that bolt off, and we'll check the fuel and do a little inspection on everything. Alright, so she wants to try to fire off, but I don't think we're getting fuel. I originally was able to prime and get fuel up to here, but now we can't get any fuel there. We can't get any fuel coming out up by the injectors. So we're going to try to drain the fuel out of the tank, pull the primary filter off, clean it, and then replace the secondary fuel filters. I was hoping to get it in the garage and run some fuel through it before we put the new filters on, but I think fuel is our problem right now. So we'll go ahead and drain it and get some fresh diesel in there. It smells pretty disgusting, so it doesn't smell like diesel. We'll get some fresh diesel in there and try to get it running and pull her in and do the rest of the maintenance on it. Okay, so we decided to go ahead and replace the fuel filter since we have them. So this is basically the nut here. You'll see comes off. It's got a washer with a rubber seal on the top, and then that slides down from the bottom. I just found a nice little hole here on this side of the fender. This thing fits perfectly in there. And this is our replacement filter. It came with this sticker on it, so we're going to take that sticker off before we reinstall it. And then I got to get a pick and pull. I got new O-rings for the top, full single. So we'll get these two swapped out, and then we'll jump down there and do the primary, and we'll see if we can get some fuel pressure. So our little primary fuel piece is broken, so we'll have to get a new one of those. The screen, it's fairly dirty, not too bad though. Can't really see with my hand blocking the light. And this looks pretty disgusting, so we'll see. Ready? Yeah, that's pretty nasty. So I think that's what's in the bottom of the tank. It's in the bottom of that float bowl, as you can see, our filter bowl. So we're gonna clean this out, finish draining out the tank, and then probably run it without this filter. So I'm gonna get some jet power. Yeah, feel better. All right.
See what after? That's just staining. There's no sludge.
Yeah, that's good. There's our new and old filters. You can see the thickness. Little difference. All right. So we're gonna go ahead and put it back together without that screen in there, and see how she goes. Okay, so after fighting this, I figured out it was easier just to take the 2 fuel lines off the top, 2 bolts to hold it on, and do it. Put the new O-ring and filter bowl back on with it apart. So now we got it all snugged up. We got a new O-ring. It was quite a bit thicker, so hopefully that'll be good. I'm gonna go ahead and mount this back up down there and get the fuel lines reconnected, and we'll see. Something's coming out. So I'm going to walk it down. Smooth. That lower section is still nasty. I think the drain petcock's plugged. That doesn't look bad.
Yeah. Here, up to it. Yep. Bled the fuel. Yep. Could it be air? Or without a compression release? Like have it on? Or? Yeah. Yep.
So we ended up having to replace an O-ring on the hand priming pump. We weren't able to get any fuel primed. Once we changed out that O-ring on the priming pump, we were able to get fuel all the way up to the injectors by cracking the line. That was a good sign. Unfortunately, I didn't get any video of it. It was getting dark. Here we go. We didn't have a recording of it. It's terrible.
I know. Yeah. blowing smoke. Which one's which? Huh? That one's showing nothing, 40 to 120. So I think that's oil temperature. Alright. Yeah, when I rev it up, it goes up, so.
So after we replaced the starter and cleaned out the fuel system, got some new diesel fuel in there, we got the tractor running. Pretty happy about it. It was dark, could not get the hydraulic pump to engage to move the loader or any of the hydraulics, so we weren't able to test any of that. But we'll get it into the shop here and get all the other fluids changed, see if we can get everything working, test it out, see what else we got to do. That's going to be it for this video. Thanks for watching. Stay tuned to see what else we got to do to this thing.